This video is about the right-hand part of Spooky Wood Hollow. I recommend that you watch my other video about the left hand first, but it doesn't really matter, you could watch this one first. Okay, so the right hand, of course, doesn't play anything for the first 4 bars, but when it does play, it's in this position. So there's middle C. I've moved the camera so it's a bit over the higher notes here of the piano. So this is the A above middle C, the A in face, second space of the treble clef. And we start in this position and we have a nice little phrase. So all in this 5-note position, this A minor position. The note we go 3, 2, 1, 5, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. And what I'm just going to, I am going to do a little bit of the left just to give you the timing of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So you see it starts after the beat, as you can see, bar 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. So that was bars 5 and 6. Now bar 7 is the same as bar 5. But then we have a different answer to that statement, different answering phrase, which also begins on B, but we have to move our hand down, and then we play in semitone, so it's a bit chromatic. So we're playing B, B flat, A, G sharp, and the fingering is 4, 3, 2, 1. Little bit unusual to play a black key with the thumb, but sometimes it is the best choice. So you've got to come from this position, and for that position change, focus on the note that's going to start the phrase, which is B, and focus on moving your 4th finger to it and squashing your fingers together. So you're going 4th to B, squash together. So practice that first of all. It's possibly a little bit difficult to see what I'm doing, but I'm starting on B. So practice that move and the 2 phrases. And then you go back to your starting position. You will probably need to glance down for this, which is partly why I was keen for you to practice the left hand without looking down, so that you don't have so much to worry about, because both hands, no, they don't both change position quite at that point. Anyway, so that was bars 7 and 8. Bar 9 is again the same as bar 5 and 7. Then we have another move, but this time it's up. So again, focus on the finger that's going to start the next phrase, which is finger 2, and the note it's going to, which is which is F. So that starts on the white keys, but then for that last note, the second moves from F to F sharp. So we've got, and so that's that. Then we stay in the same sort of area. Now there are different possible fingerings here, but let's stick with the fingering in the book. So you stay in the same area roughly. You play G sharp with your 4th, then F natural now with your 3rd. So it's So coming from the beginning of the line, bar 10, we had, then, so the bar 10 finished with second finger on F sharp. Bar 11 is going to start on the next black key up, G sharp, and you're going to do it with your fourth. So, and then a little stretch. Another possible fingering is to go 4, 2, 1, 2, but I think probably you'll prefer the fingering in the book. And then the final bar of that page is the same notes as the left hand plays, but 2 octaves higher. And that's going to be 2, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go from bar 9, the last bar on the third line, up here, slight adjustment, so each of those 4 bars is in a slightly different position, so that'll take a bit of practice. So that completes the first page. Let's look at the second page. So you've just played. Then you move back to the same old starting position, should feel quite familiar now, thumb on A. And here you play off the beat, so it's boom. Sorry, you don't play off the beat. You play on the second and fourth beat. You play off beat for the last chord. So I'm going to play again. I'm going to play the left hand as well. You can't see it in this view, but just to give you the timing. So notice that last chord, nice and loud. There's a crescendo. We start quiet, but we're aiming to be fortissimo by the time we hit that, and that's 1, 2, 5. So it's 1 and 3, dum, and that comes just before the beat. So the timing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Those 2 bars, 15 and 16, are the same as bars 13 and 14, except for one note in the chord. In bar 14, it's A, B, and E, fingers 1, 2, and 5. In bar 16, it's A, B, and D, fingers 1, 2, and 4. So pretty simple. And then in bar 17 starts the same again. And this time the chord is this. So for this, you'll need to spread out your fingers, move your second up to C. Other fingerings are possible, but I think this probably works best. And it's A, C, and E flat. We've seen that note called D sharp in other places in the piece, but here it's called E flat. Don't worry about that too much. There are fairly good reasons for that. You could, if you prefer, do it with 1, 3, and 5. That doesn't feel as comfortable, so do it with 1, 2, and 4. I'm just going to, a bit faster actually, I'm going to go from the top of the page again, hands together, so you can see how that all fits together. Okay, now you've just done that, then the next phrase is, so slight adjustment at the beginning of that phrase because you've spread out your fingers slightly. You need to get back into your original 5-note position from there to there. Not very difficult. Or you could keep your second on the C, but I wouldn't. I would go back to your 5-note position, and then it's. So it's basically this. 5, 1, 3, 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. But with that last E, we have to add a G sharp, which we're going to play with our thumb, so we're going to move the thumb down. And it's essential there to think ahead. If you keep your thumb on A until it's time to play the G sharp, you'll be too late, so don't do this. Don't panic about it. The A happens early in the bar. Notice what I was doing with my thumb. As soon as I'd played the A, I was thinking ahead and doing that. And then that's nice and staccato. So just going from bar 17, and again I'll add the left hand in just to help with the timing. And if you watched my left hand video, you may remember I said the right hand would help with the timing of the left at that point, because that final left hand note comes with that. So, and then the left hand moves. So the right then stays in position, except the thumb moves back to A, and we have our starting phrase yet again. But now, instead of that chromatic bit there, we go up, fourth finger up to G, and again it's chromatic, but it's mostly white notes here. So it's G, G flat, F, E. So it's fourth to G. Then bars 25 and 26 on the last line are the same as bars 9 and 10 on the previous page. Second to there. So good idea to add the fingering in, finger 2 for that F. And in fact, the next bar, where are we? Bar 27 is the same as bar 11. We could use different fingering there, but anyway, it's the same. And then, if you're following the fingering, you'll need to move your thumb up one step to E, and do that. So that's E, F sharp, G, A. Do, 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 do. So we've got the staccatos help with the finger, with the position changes, don't they? Like, it would be difficult to play that with your thumb and then that with your thumb if it wasn't staccato. And then the final chord, we have to move yet again. So you've done 1, 2, 3, 4. Your thumb is now going to G, third to B, and fifth to D sharp, where it's changed its name back to D sharp now. So one way to approach this in learning it is to forget about the sharp for a second. Imagine it's that G, B, D. It's just a 5-note position. So you're going from to there. You've just played A with your fourth, your thumb's going to play G. When you're comfortable with that, just reach forward slightly to make the pinky play D sharp. And the timing is similar to what happens in the left hand. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hold. So let's just now run through the whole of the right hand, and then that'll be the end of this video. I may make another one later about putting the hands together, but I'm not going to do that now. So I'm just going to play all the way through from bar 5, which is where the right hand comes in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. And there you are. So that's the end of this video.